Hello, everyone. This is Debbie from Pixel Art Mysteries in Education, and I have a super fun, cute summer challenge for you. In case you didn't know, in the United States, August 3rd is National Watermelon Day. So we have Fred dressed up for that special occasion here carrying some watermelons in his wagon. So I want to show you a couple things that I think people have asked questions before, and so just thought I would show you real quick. You can see on here that I still have all of the grid lines showing, which is easy to take away. If you click on the View menu at the top, it will show you right here. Click on this to uncheck it, and now all of your grid lines are gone. So something I'd like to do with this one, because there's so much white showing here, I want to change the background color. And it's going to change the color of everything when all of these numbers are gone, when all of the answers are erased. So I'm going to select the entire inside of this picture, and I'm going to change it to a blue color so that it looks like the sky. And you can see everything still shows up just as it's supposed to because all of the answers are in here. If I were to erase some of these answers, you would see the blue is behind all of the colors. So since I set it to blue here, that is what will show up unless the correct answers are programmed in. So just something you can do, a little trick. Sometimes I like to make them black so that it appears like all of the pixels are coming out of the darkness. So just something that you can do. By the way, Julianne is the one who made this guy and did the artwork, and then I formatted him. So another thing to show you is how you can move everything around. I have all of the answers here, very small, very squashed together, and that's not at all easy to read for anyone. So I'm actually going to turn my grid lines back on because I think it helps to see what is happening when you are moving things around. So I'm going to start by adding some columns in here so that I have some more room to work. So I'm going to insert just a bunch of columns. When you select a whole column by clicking on the letter at the top, you can select more than one even. And when you go to the insert button, however many you have selected is how many it will allow you to insert. So I selected 3 columns, so I can insert 3 columns. So I just wanted to get some nice space so that I can move things around. So I thought I would try making a vertical problem. So I am going to merge a bunch of cells together because obviously one row is way too small for a number to be read. So I'm not really counting the number of rows that I'm putting together, but I'm going to do some copy and pasting so that everything is the same. So I'm going to have these rows merged together in this column, and I'm going to copy it. I usually use a Control C. And then if you move over just to the next column, and paste it, you'll have 2 of them right next to each other, same size. I'm actually going to select both of them this time, and I'm going to copy, and I'm going to use my down arrow to move down and paste 2 of them there. And I'm going to do that again. I'm going to put together some addition problems here, addition and subtraction, so that you can see just a different way to set everything up. So let's put some numbers in here. Oh, I can see right away that my font size is too small. So I am going to actually just go ahead and select everything and change the font size up to something probably as big as 24, maybe even 36. There we go. In order to type an addition sign in here, you can't just type a plus sign because immediately the program thinks that you're trying to type an equation. So you have to type an apostrophe first and then a plus sign. And after you hit enter, you have just the plus sign there. So I'm going to put, I'm not going to put my answers in quite yet. I'm going to move my answers that are programmed to appear with the picture. I'm going to move those over to where I want them. So I'm going to take number 1 here, and I'm not just going to copy and paste, I'm going to cut and paste. So right click on it, cut, or use the Control X, go to the spot you want it to be, and right click and paste, or use Control V. Right, I'm going to do that with the next one as well. Right click and cut, and then where you want it to go, right click and paste. So now these, we moved where the answers were to a new location. We haven't changed the answers yet, so we haven't changed any conditional formatting. But of course, you need to do that eventually. So let's make another problem just below this. Copy and paste it here. I copied and pasted that so that I would have the right sizing of all of the spaces. So I'm going to actually just delete all of the numbers out of there. And this time I'm going to copy the whole thing. And then when I make a new problem, I'll have another space to go after that. So I have room here for 4 problems. All right, let's put in another one. 3 plus 45. Okay, I'm going to move my answers again, the answers that are programmed, and we do that by cutting and pasting. The keyboard shortcuts are Control X and then Control V, or Command if you're using a Mac. Okay, you can actually move all of these without even putting your problems in yet. Cut. Now I am doing one answer block for each place value, and that's just because that's how I want to do it. If you were to have your problem listed as, maybe you're only going to use one column and you're going to make your column wider because you want to have, 31 plus 24, and then you're going to have your answer here. So then you would just need to put one answer block, cut and paste. So you can do whatever you want. I'm doing it a different way because I have younger students, so we're practicing with the place value. So I just did all that, messed up all of my spacing, and I'm not going to go back and fix it. I'm going to hit Control Z because that will undo everything that I just did, including all of my spacing. So let's go ahead and keep moving these. And then I'll go back in and show you how to change the formatting. All right, we've got 8 of them in there. That is pretty good. All right, so this one, obviously 32 plus 24 is not 12. So let's change this to the correct answer. 5 and 6. We can change our font size again to make it easier to see. Now, when we did that, you saw the colors disappear, not only from the answer space, but also from the picture. So while you have the answer space selected, select Format menu and then Conditional Formatting. This menu at the right pops up, and this is where your custom formula needs to be edited. About down in the middle, you can see where it used to be number 1. We need to change it to a 5. Click on Done, and now we have a red answer box again, and all of the red spaces that are associated with it filled in. Let's change this one. Instead of 2, it needs to be 6. Click on Done, and you can see all of that is fixed as well. Okay, I'll do that one more time just to show you how to change your answers. Make this bigger. All right, this is the answer block. Now it has 2 different formulas in here. Some of them are for a lighter green and a darker green. You have to change both of them. So I'll just start with the first one, change that to a 6. And then we'll do this lighter one, change this to a 6 also, and done. All right, and number 8 here, this one has 2 different formulas again, 2 different shades of red. It's just the way that this particular image was formatted. You have to be sure to change both of them to the correct answer for that answer block. All right, so we're still got a whole picture. You can always keep checking yourself because if your picture doesn't reappear, you haven't done something right. Okay, so again, with changing all of these fonts to the right size, you can keep going here and put in more problems. We still have quite a few answers left to put in. You could continue and put new problems here. You could put them on the right side. Let's try that. We're gonna select a bunch of rows. I'm sorry, columns, and then insert columns to the right. While those columns are selected, when you're on the top letters there, top of the column, and you see the hand signal, not the arrows, but the hand, you can right click there and then resize those columns. And I need them to be quite a bit bigger so that I can fit some math problems in there. All right, I will leave it the same as we had before. All right. You know what? I wanted it to move over all the way to here. That's where my plus sign will go. Remember, again, for the plus sign, you have to use the apostrophe and then the plus sign for it to show up as just the plus sign there. All right, we'll put this down here. I'm going to erase all those numbers. I don't need those because I'm going to make new problems, but I do like this formatting and I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy it down the row. Okay, so hopefully I have shown you some cool tricks for working and moving answers around. You can always change the number of columns that you have and the column sizes outside of your image. See, I just deleted a bunch of columns and the whole image just moved right over. So I have to go through and I have to move all these answers to the correct place, probably change some font sizes again, and then I will be good to go. So hopefully we'll see some great creative problems in different places on your thing. And remember, if you mess up and something doesn't work, just hit that Control Z button, okay? Or up here, the undo. That's what this is. Just undo, and then like I deleted those columns. Maybe I want them back, so I hit the undo. Okay, you can always go back and fix things. If all else fails, make a new copy or use your version history, file, and version history, and you can see all the different versions that you have done for the last, however long you've been working on it. Okay. All right. I think that is it. Have a good day, and I hope to see lots of Watermelon Fred.